Hi, my name is Shauna Kutch, CEO of Journey into the Heart, where we flip the switch to help you bring the unconscious to the conscious mind with amazing results. Now, most of you know how mind-blowing the constellations are, but just imagine if you could see the results. The one complaint I get from my participants is, we want to tell our friends and family about it, the magic, but they don't believe us. They think it's a bunch of woo-woo. Well, my friend, I am going to introduce you to a man that can make that possible. He has done groundbreaking work proving the effects of spiritual practices such as meditation and breath work with his accelerated version of what he calls brain mapping. Dr. Fannin, tell us about yourself and this amazing work you do.
Well, thanks, Shauna. I appreciate being on here with you today, and the work that we're going to be doing together, and it's quite amazing. So, as a neuroscientist, I've done this work for over 25 years in measuring people's brains, training them, helping them understand, traveled all over the world, working with people who are meditators or who are looking to understand their chakras and their energy and things like that. So I'm a little bit unique in that way, but it's been quite a fun journey to be able to not only measure and have a scientific input, but also to help people understand, where they're at and what's getting in their way and things like that. So this work has become very important to me, and I've enjoyed it over the 25 years. So looking forward to the next chapter of things.
Dr. Fannin, I love that you have worked with two of my greatest fans of the quantum physics, Bruce Lipton and Greg Braden, who spoke before the United Nations, by the way. And you also told me about a psychic who gave you a message I thought was interesting. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So, years ago, before I get to the psychic part, years ago, I was able to, I had a radio show and, was able to have Greg Braden on a couple of times, and some conversations with him that were great. He's one of my great heroes as well. And Bruce Lipton, I've known him for many years and worked with him and had a number of conversations. So these are two people that I also admire. But getting back to the psychic, that's been one of my favorite things to do for the last number of years. Actually, ever since I started in this field many years ago, was measuring how other people use their brains. So people who are psychic, who are clairvoyant, and who have special gifts, are very intuitive. In fact, I had an opportunity to be in a movie about intuition. So PGS, your personal guidance system, intuition. So I was the neuroscientist that kind of explained how intuition works. And so this psychic told me recently that we were measuring her brain just for the fun of, seeing how she uses her brain. And she would, she's very well known for channeling source energy and information, however you want to look at that. And so as we were measuring her brain in different conditions and looking at it, which was kind of fun because it's been a long hobby of mine, and she said, I have a message for you from source. And of course, I'm kind of chuckling inside and said, yeah, okay, what is that? She says, now is your time and you need to shine brightly. And so I'm beginning to see that unfolding, particularly when we look at the work that you and I are about to engage in bringing a bridge between science and spirituality.
Yeah, you left one part out. She said you will bring science and spirituality together.
That's right. And so I've measured these things. I've heard that message from several different sources way back when I got started. And they said, one of the first ones I ever measured, she says, well, your mission in life is to bridge that gap between science and spirituality. And that scared me. And I said, no, that's not possible. They'll drum me out of this. They'll say bad things about me and, stuff like that. So over the years, as I've been involved with different situations, things that I write about in my books, I wrote a 2-volume book, Commanding the Power of Thought. And some of those experiences that now are not that foreign to me. And so talking about that bridge between science and spirituality, I think is vitally important, particularly in this day and age. So we have so many people who are understanding this, and it's not really considered woo-woo by many people because there is so much science behind it. And that's one of the things that I've dedicated the work that I do is creating the science behind all of this.
So, Dr. Fannin, what made you decide to call me and agree to this amazing synergy between family constellations and neuroscience?
Well, because I've been involved in a lot of different projects, and a mutual friend of ours said, "Hey, you need to take a look at this person's work, meaning you." And so I got a hold of your book and started reading that, and it was really quite amazing. I think it, big souls make big promises. It's a really great book, talking about your past and the things that you've done and things like that. And so I saw a lot of commonalities in the things that you talk about, the things that you do. And it's like, man, I really do need to talk to this person. And so that's what led me to getting in contact with you. And I think you've been trying to get a hold of me before, and I kind of blew it off. So
well, actually, it's been a dream of mine to really bring some scientific proof to this, because the work I do is so profound and it impacts people's lives so deeply. I wanted to give people an opportunity to be able to share it and have it something besides a woo-woo story, So I'm pretty excited about it and the possibilities of what we can create by bringing science into the equation to not only validate and shift in your energy, but Jeff's able to give you such an incredible reading on what is present and what may be blocking your energy. I mean, he found something in my brain, an ancestral depression on my frontal cortex that I had no idea was there. And I can see where it has come through, and now I know that I need to get that dealt with. But this is what I've been saying all along. We as healers need to do our own deeper work. And being able to see that there was something there that I didn't catch was pretty exciting to me, because it explained a lot of things that I have that I struggle with, that I thought were learning disabilities. And now I find that it's just something that I can clear ancestrally. And I've been saying this all along, if you get all your ancestral stuff cleared, your 4 grandparents, you're going to have your amazing gifts show up. So I'm excited to see what my life is after this gets dealt with, and to have Dr. Fannin show me the results. So,
and as we were doing that, when I'm doing a brain map on somebody, I really don't know what it is that I'm going to see. And so having done thousands and thousands of these for all over the world, and when I sat down and looked at your stuff, and we were kind of exploring it under different conditions, and this is one of the things I've done for years, is looking at taking the EEG and converting it to what we call a QEEG, a quantitative EEG. And then I can look at the patterns. So when people have, there are certain parts of the brain and certain locations and certain frequencies that pop up. So I can see when people have problems with focus and concentrating, or have depression, or have other situations, or have PTSD, and things like that I've worked with. So there are all of these different conditions or labels that we might put on them, help us to understand what's going on in the brain. So the thing I found with most people is that it is helping them understand, or questions that are answering that they know within inside themselves, well, this is happening or that's not happening. And I work with subconscious beliefs, and we talk about, what those are. And in this work that I do. So a subconscious belief is nothing more than a thought that you have over and over and over again, and it gets rooted in your subconscious. And so we're able to look at these brain patterns. The other thing that I do is work with some equipment to measure your energy. Now, it hasn't been all that many years ago that we never could, all we could do is imagine that things like the chakras exist. We've seen that for centuries. but now I have equipment. It's called GDV, gas discharge visualization. And we're able to look at your energy field. We can measure your chakras. We can see how much energy is there, whether it's displaced or not. And so with a combination between that and your brain map, we're able to kind of piece together a story of what's going on with you, not only energetically, but then within the patterns of your brain and so forth, and then being able to unlock and get rid of subconscious beliefs. Those are the beliefs that don't work for you, and replace them with subconscious beliefs that will trigger and work for you.
That's what's been so exciting about being able to not only see what's there, but know that now I have the method to be able to remove that stuff through the constellations, and then you can see the results afterwards. So just the combination of the two of us working together is so profound. Because...
Well, it really is, and I think that's what leads us to the opportunity that we've discussed about writing a book together, and kind of helping people understand what is this all about, what does it mean, that sort of thing, because we really are in a new era, a new age. Things are different. The COVID virus has helped us, actually forced us to stay home, to look within ourselves, to be more interactive with our families. And so we're getting a new perspective of what's going on out there. So I think things like the brain map and the constellations give us a method of actually doing something about this, not just hoping that things are going to be different or wondering if they're going to be different, but we can show before and after, that it was this way before, here's what it looks like. Then after, we can show here's where the improvement has been made and how we've improved different things within the brain and the body.
Absolutely. And we just might pull in the spiritual aspect of it, which is the ayahuasca. So we might be putting those all three together because we have those resources, and we're so excited to have Dr. Fannin just be able to bring all that to science. So thank you so much for joining me today. And if you would like to learn more about it, get on my website, journeyintotheheart.net, and sign up for my shadow journal. It's all about learning to get conscious to the unconscious. And then also I have free one-on-one sessions to help you understand how to use the journal. And I have free master classes. And if you have any questions, then we can answer them. And also I'm on Facebook, Journey into the Heart. So like my page and you'll get lots of cool information. So thank you so much, Dr. Fannin. I so appreciate you and your work and all you've done for spirituality and science. And I hope you have a blessed day.
Oh, thank you very much, Shauna. And I look forward to working with you and all of those people who are interested in finding more about themselves and what they can do about it and make some changes, because they have the power within them to do that.
Yeah, and we're already going to be doing some work in the relationship alchemy course that I'm doing at the end of January. So if anybody wants to inquire about that, just give me a call, 801-651-0539. So talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.